Hi and welcome back to the channel, and I'd like to talk to you about The Batman. The Batman is one of the few success stories of film since the pandemic, and I say success story because a lot of the films that were being made during the pandemic situation were delayed, cancelled, or they were put straight onto streaming services such as Amazon or Netflix. However, Warner Brothers stuck with The Batman, and I believe there were one or two reshoots because of the pandemic and delays, but they went on to release the film at the tail end of 2021, beginning of 2022, and it was a monster success, made on a budget of between 180 and 200 million dollars, and obviously stars Robert Pattinson in the title role of the Batman. So without further ado, here are my top 5 things that you didn't know about this DC film. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally was a little bit miffed as to why Robert Pattinson had been cast as the Batman. I did have doubts whether or not he'd be able to pull off the role, and as it turns out, he also had doubts himself, because when he auditioned for the role of Batman, he actually took a selfie in the changing room of himself in the Batsuit, just in case things didn't work out as a memento. Incidentally, Robert Pattinson auditioned in Val Kilmer's Batsuit, as well as Christian Bale, who also auditioned in the same Batsuit. However, the cowling for Val Kilmer's Batman didn't actually fit Robert Pattinson's head, so he used George Clooney's cowling instead. So there's a little bit of bonus trivia for you. It's not uncommon for films to change their working title before they're being released. Revenge of the Jedi being one of them. Naturally enough, that ended up being Return of the Jedi. Let's be honest, you couldn't have revenge in a Jedi film after all. That would be The Way of the Sith. Now, the working title for The Batman was actually Vengeance. And that kind of makes sense too, given the plot and the themes of the film. So that would have worked, I think, either way. But that's how we ended up with Vengeance became The Batman. The main villain of The Batman is the Riddler. But can you remember the last time the Riddler was portrayed in a live-action Batman movie? You'd have to go back as far as 1995's Batman Forever, and that was the last time the Riddler was seen on screen. The Batman has so many little Easter eggs for DC and Batman fans. Now, did you realise that the precinct in Gotham that Commissioner Gordon works from is Gotham 39, with the 39 being a reference to the year that the very first Batman comic was issued by Detective Comics in 1939. If you enjoy my videos on movie trivia, then you'll probably enjoy what's coming up in August. I have decided to build an R2-D2 unit from Fan Home. This is the unit that I shall be building, and this is a life-size picture. So as you can see, it's going to be quite big. Half scale, this is the actual size, and it's made by Fan Home. I have issues 1 and issues 2 already. I also have a couple of other issues, and I'm going to start building R2-D2 in August. So please stay tuned for those, and it'll be a complete review of each magazine as I get them and the parts as I build him. So please stay tuned, and don't forget to come back and subscribe. That way you won't miss a single episode of the R2-D2 build from Fan Home. Thank you very much for watching this little ad for future content, and back to the video. If one of the train gang members, and this is the hesitant train gang member, looks a little bit familiar to you, that is because he's being played by Jay Locaigo. Jay Locaigo is also in Titans as Tim Drake, who plays the third Robin. And that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching me and listening to my points of trivia from the Batman. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I take it you have if you're still here watching and listening. Thank you very much for your support. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification buzzer, so that way you're notified when I produce new content. In the meantime, stay tuned for some more videos coming out later this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.